Have you ever wondered why some people seem to defy aging, living vibrant, healthy lives well into their 90s, while others fade before their 80th birthday? The truth might shock you. 85% of Americans pass away before 82, not because of genetics or bad luck, but due to 5 deadly mistakes millions of seniors make every day. What if you could avoid these errors and add 10 to 15 quality years to your life? This video reveals the secrets that could transform your future, and you'll want to watch until the end to uncover them all. Meet Emma Johnson, a 70-year-old retired school principal from Columbus, Ohio, who was on a path to becoming a statistic. 3 years ago, a minor fall exposed prediabetes, low vitamin D, and early cognitive decline. Her doctor's warning, "Emma, you might not see 78, sparked a life-changing journey. Emma discovered simple, everyday choices that reversed her decline, making her healthier at 73 than at 70. You'll learn her exact strategies, from dodging the medication trap to revolutionizing your pantry, boosting mobility, staying connected, and sharpening your mind. Why watch until the end? Each mistake Emma overcame is a hidden threat you might be facing right now. The third mistake is so common that 9 out of 10 viewers are likely doing it. The fifth? It's a silent killer doctors rarely mention. By the final minute, you'll have a clear, actionable plan to reclaim your health, live boldly, and make your next decade your best. Don't miss the chance to change your life. Stick with us. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Mistake number 1. The medication multiplication trap. Emma's medicine cabinet once resembled an entire pharmacy. Do you know that feeling? The overwhelming sight of countless bottles and boxes, each one filled with pills for different ailments. For Emma, it was a daily ritual to take 12 different medications: blood pressure medication, cholesterol pills, sleep aids, pain relievers, and the list seemed to go on forever. But what Emma didn't realize at the time, and what many people don't understand, is just how dangerous this seemingly normal routine can be. According to recent research from Johns Hopkins, taking 5 or more medications daily increases the risk of death by a staggering 88%. But here's the catch: it's not necessarily the individual medications themselves that are harmful. It's the deadly interactions that occur when these drugs mix in your body, each one affecting how the others work. Emma's wake-up call came when she discovered a shocking truth. She was taking not 1, but 2 different blood thinners, both prescribed by separate doctors who hadn't communicated with each other. Add an over-the-counter pain reliever into the mix, and Emma was unknowingly walking on a tightrope, just waiting for the wrong combination to tip her over. One morning, Emma noticed strange bruising on her arms and an overwhelming sense of fatigue. She brushed it off at first, thinking it was just part of getting older. But then, after a quick visit to her pharmacist, she learned the terrifying truth. She was dangerously close to internal bleeding. How had she gotten to this point? The medication trap, that's how. With each new symptom, there was a prescription to fix it, leading her down a rabbit hole of even more medications and side effects. For example, Emma's sleep aid was making her drowsy during the day, so her doctor prescribed a medication to boost her energy. But that energy pill led to stomach problems, which led to antacids, which in turn interfered with her ability to absorb nutrients properly, leading to even more complications. It felt like a never-ending cycle of problems, and no one had bothered to look at the bigger picture. The turning point came when Emma decided she couldn't go on like this. She created a medication audit system, a personal list of every medication she was taking, including her supplements. She made it a point to schedule quarterly reviews with her pharmacist and insisted on full communication between her doctors before any new prescriptions were written. She began questioning every new pill. Is this replacing something I'm already taking, Or is it just adding another layer to the problem? Emma became an advocate for herself, exploring non-pharmaceutical alternatives whenever possible. Under careful medical supervision, she was able to reduce her daily medication intake from 12 to 5 in just 6 months. And the results? Her energy returned, her mind felt sharper, and those strange symptoms that had been plaguing her vanished. It turns out that many of the issues she had been experiencing weren't new health problems. They were side effects of the medications she was taking. The joint pain she was medicating? It was a side effect of her cholesterol medication. The insomnia that kept her up at night? That was caused by her blood pressure medicine, which she had been taking too late in the day. Now, Emma follows a simple but powerful rule whenever a new prescription is offered: the STAMP protocol. She asks herself, is this a new symptom or just a side effect? Have I tried non-drug solutions first? Are all of my doctors aware of this addition? Will this interact safely with my current medications? And most importantly, what's the plan to eventually stop this medication? So, what about you? How long has it been since you reviewed all your medications with one healthcare provider? If you're taking multiple medications, now might be the time to take a closer look, just like Emma did. Mistake number 2. The invisible poison in your pantry. When Emma opened her pantry 3 years ago, she thought she was making healthy choices. The shelves were stocked with what seemed like the right foods: whole grain cereals, low-fat cookies, and sugar-free drinks. She felt like she was doing all the right things for her health, or so she believed. But what she didn't realize was that she was unknowingly consuming what experts in geriatric nutrition call age accelerators. These are foods that, over time, speed up cellular aging and inflammation, and the impact on her health was much worse than she could have ever imagined. The most insidious of these culprits? Hidden sugars and artificial sweeteners, lurking in the unlikeliest of places. Take that healthy granola bar, for example. It contained 22 grams of sugar, more than an actual donut. And those sugar-free drinks? They were filled with aspartame, a chemical linked to an increased stroke risk in seniors. Even worse, these sugary, artificial foods were wreaking havoc on her insulin levels, creating spikes that were dangerously edging her toward diabetes. The wake-up call for Emma came on a grocery trip with her daughter, a nutritionist, who showed her just how much damage these seemingly innocent foods were doing. To her disbelief, she discovered that her whole grain bread was loaded with high-fructose corn syrup. The low-fat products she had been trusting were packed with sugar to make them taste better. And canned soups? They were laced with sodium levels that could dangerously raise her blood pressure. Processed meats, which she had considered an easy go-to protein, contained nitrates linked to cognitive decline and, even worse, potentially irreversible brain damage. But the most shocking revelation was that Emma had been chronically dehydrated, and she didn't even know it. At 70, Emma's thirst signals had become nearly non-existent, a common issue among seniors, one that can lead to kidney problems, confusion, and even falls. She was drinking only 2 to 3 glasses of water daily, while simultaneously consuming dehydrating caffeine and alcohol. The combination was a recipe for disaster, but she hadn't realized how much it was affecting her until she was confronted with the hard truth. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Emma knew something had to change, and that's when she decided to make a transformative shift in her kitchen. She adopted the 5-5-5 rule: 5 ingredients or fewer in any packaged food, 5 glasses of water before 5 p.m. to avoid the dreaded nighttime bathroom trips, and 5 different colored fruits and vegetables every day. It wasn't a diet, it was a lifestyle overhaul. She swapped packaged snacks for wholesome, satisfying nuts and seeds, traded sugary drinks for refreshing herbal teas and infused water, replaced processed meats with lean proteins like fish and chicken, and swapped out her white bread for actual whole grains, not just those deceptively labeled whole grain products. The hydration breakthrough came when Emma established her water ritual: a glass of water as soon as she woke up, a water bottle marked with hourly goals to remind her to drink throughout the day, and snacks of water-rich fruits like watermelon and oranges. The results were nothing short of astounding. Within just 4 months, Emma's prediabetes had reversed. Her energy levels skyrocketed, and even her skin began to look more youthful and vibrant. Joint pain, which had plagued her for years, decreased as inflammation in her body was reduced. But perhaps the most unexpected outcome was the improvement in her kidney function. Her doctor was shocked at how much better her kidneys were working, all because she had made these small yet impactful changes to her lifestyle. And here's the kicker. Emma's grocery bill actually decreased by 30% as she stopped buying expensive, processed foods. By simply making healthier choices and eliminating the hidden poisons from her pantry, she not only improved her health, but also saved money in the process. It was a powerful reminder that true health doesn't always have to come with a hefty price tag. Emma's journey is a testament to how small, consistent changes can have a profound impact on our lives, especially as we age. Sometimes, the biggest changes happen when we start making conscious decisions about what goes into our bodies, and, more importantly, what we leave out. Mistake number 3. The mobility mindset death spiral. I'll just be careful, Emma thought after her first fall, a thought many of us can relate to. She told herself that taking fewer risks would keep her safe. She started avoiding stairs, staying away from uneven surfaces, and gradually restricting her movement to ensure she wouldn't fall again. It sounds reasonable, doesn't it? But here's the harsh truth. This very mindset, this desire to play it safe, can be one of the deadliest mistakes older adults make. The truth is that fear of falling doesn't protect you. It traps you in a vicious cycle. The more you try to limit your movements out of fear, the more likely you are to fall, and the harder it becomes to recover. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that leaves you weaker and more vulnerable with each passing day. That's exactly what happened to Emma. As she limited her activities, her muscles began to weaken. Her once steady balance slipped away, and her bones became fragile. Within 18 months of trying to protect herself, she could barely get out of a chair without assistance. A painful reality. And here's something even more alarming. Seniors who limit their physical activities due to fear of falling are 3 times more likely to fall within the next year. It's staggering. It gets worse. Each week of inactivity ages your muscles by 6 months. Can you imagine? By trying to avoid injury, you are setting the stage for your decline. Your body, unable to stay strong, becomes a shell of its former self. Emma, in trying to stay safe, was unknowingly aging herself prematurely. Her turning point came when she couldn't lift her 6-year-old grandson, the very act that should have been effortless. That's when the harsh truth hit. A physical therapist told her bluntly, "Emma, you're 70, but your muscle mass is that of someone 85. Your protective instincts are slowly killing you." This was the wake-up call Emma needed, and it changed everything. She took control of her life by starting the Power of 3 program. The first step: 3 balance exercises while brushing her teeth. The second: 3 strength moves during TV commercials. Finally, 3 flexibility stretches before bed. Simple, small changes, but the impact was life-altering. At first, standing on one foot for just 10 seconds was a challenge. She needed the sink for support. Sitting and standing from a chair 5 times felt like a mountain to climb. But by week 4, she could balance for 30 seconds without any help. By week 12, she was doing single-leg squats. And by week 24, she was hiking with her grandchildren, something she thought was out of reach. Here's the game changer, though. Emma discovered that muscles can grow at any age. That's right. Studies show that even 90-year-olds can double their strength in just 12 weeks. The idea that age limits physical improvement is simply a myth. Emma joined a senior fitness class, and the social aspect of the exercise doubled her consistency. She wasn't just working out, she was building a support system. She didn't stop there. Emma added functional fitness to her routine, carrying groceries in different ways to strengthen her arms, practicing getting up from the floor, because that's crucial for fall recovery, walking on different surfaces to challenge her balance, and even dancing to improve her coordination and bring joy to her life. The mental shift she made was just as crucial. No longer did she shy away from challenges. Instead of avoiding risks, she started seeking them out. She took the stairs, gripping the railing at first, and walked on grass and gravel with intention, knowing that these small risks would help her grow stronger. She practiced balancing on one leg while cooking and did chair yoga during TV shows. Emma was taking back control of her body, her life, and her future. Today, Emma is a powerhouse. She deadlifts 60 pounds and teaches yoga to other seniors. Her bone density improved by 12%, and most importantly, she hasn't fallen in 2 years. She's not just surviving, she's thriving. She's fearless, traveling the world, and playing actively with her grandchildren. Emma is living proof that you can defy the odds, no matter your age. So, here's a question for you. What's one physical activity you've stopped doing out of caution? Have you let fear limit your movement? Share it with us below. Let's start a conversation and take our lives back, one step at a time. Mistake number 4. The social isolation time bomb. When Emma retired, she thought she was finally stepping into a life of peace. No more demanding parents, no more stressful meetings, and certainly no more difficult colleagues. She imagined her days filled with calm and relaxation, maybe some travel, a bit of gardening, or indulging in her favorite hobbies. But within just 6 months, Emma was hit with a truth she wasn't prepared for. A devastating and terrifying realization. The peaceful life she envisioned felt empty. Days blurred together, and she couldn't remember the last time she had meaningful human interaction. Her world had shrunk dramatically. Her house, her dog, and the occasional trip to the grocery store were her entire universe. What Emma didn't know at the time was that social isolation is far more dangerous than most people realize. It's a silent killer, as damaging to the body as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Studies show that it increases the risk of premature death by 50% and doubles the risk of developing dementia. For older adults, loneliness doesn't just dull the spirit, it physically harms the body. It literally kills brain cells, weakens the immune system, and accelerates the decline of physical health. The pandemic only worsened things. Emma's beloved bridge club disbanded, church services moved online, and family visits were reduced to impersonal video calls. Emma found herself talking to her dog more than to actual people. She began forgetting words, struggling to recall simple details, and losing track of days. One morning, she was devastated to realize she couldn't even remember whether she had taken her medications or what day it was. It was a wake-up call, one that hit her hard. The turning point came when Emma's daughter arrived for a visit and found her crying in the kitchen. "I feel like I'm disappearing," Emma confessed, her voice thick with sorrow and frustration. That moment marked the beginning of a much-needed change. Her daughter helped her dive into research, and what they discovered was both eye-opening and deeply alarming. Seniors who maintain strong social connections live 22% longer and experience 50% less cognitive decline than those who don't. Emma's journey to reclaim her social life started small, but it was a game-changer. At first, she simply waved to her neighbors as she walked her dog. Soon after, she began inviting them for coffee, making grocery shopping a social outing by going during the senior hours. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Then came the real breakthrough. Emma joined a book club at the local library, and she began volunteering at the hospital gift shop. She embraced technology, learning how to make video calls to her grandkids and taking online classes to stimulate her mind. But what truly transformed her life was the creation of the Tuesday Club. She started a weekly gathering for isolated seniors in her apartment building, bringing them together for cards, conversation, and connection. What began as a modest gathering of 3 people soon grew into a vibrant group of 20 seniors who met regularly to share activities, support one another, and foster lasting friendships. Emma had tapped into something powerful: the real connection strategy. It wasn't just about reaching out to others. It was about nurturing real, emotional bonds. She prioritized daily check-ins with close friends, shared her feelings, not just the facts, and actively engaged in group activities, all while making sure to keep things light with laughter and joy. The changes were nothing short of remarkable. Within weeks, her vocabulary began to improve. She found herself feeling lighter, emotionally healthier, and no longer weighed down by depression. And perhaps most importantly, her physical health began to improve. Her blood pressure dropped by 15 points. As the weeks passed, Emma's world brightened. She started to look forward to each new day as if she had been given a second chance at life. Her memory issues began to reverse as she engaged in meaningful conversations. She learned that quality truly does matter more than quantity when it comes to relationships. One deep, genuine conversation with a friend is worth far more than 10 shallow interactions. Now, at 73, Emma is busier and more fulfilled than ever. She maintains 3 close, daily friendships, 10 regular social acquaintances, a volunteer commitment that gives her purpose, and a learning group that keeps her mind sharp. Technology, which once seemed daunting, became her bridge to deeper connection, not a barrier. She mastered video calls, joined online communities for her hobbies, and reconnected with old friends through social media. Today, Emma's calendar is fuller than it was at 63, but it's not filled with meaningless obligations. Every activity, every conversation, is deeply meaningful. She now hosts weekly dinners, mentors younger retirees, and, after 3 years of widowhood, has even started dating again. Emma's journey is a testament to the power of human connection. She has transformed her life, proving that it's never too late to re-engage with the world. It may just be the key to a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. Mistake number 5. The memory myth massacre. We've all heard it before, the so-called senior moments. The passing off of memory loss is just a natural part of aging. For years, Emma clung to this belief, resigning herself to the notion that losing bits of memory was an inevitable consequence of growing older. But everything changed on the fateful day she forgot her granddaughter's name. That was the wake-up call, an emotional jolt that shattered her false assumptions about aging. She had convinced herself that mental decline was something that simply came with the territory of growing older, but that mindset nearly destroyed her spirit. Let me tell you, the truth is shocking and transformative. Accepting memory loss as normal accelerates cognitive decline by a staggering 60%. The power of this realization is not to be underestimated. When Emma stopped actively challenging her brain and started thinking forgetfulness was just another part of aging, she unknowingly began the downward spiral. It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every time she told herself, "This is just what happens as you age," her mind started to atrophy. Her brain, once sharp and vibrant, began to shrink, literally. Here's the kicker, though. The science is clear, and it's more empowering than you might think. Neuroplasticity, the brain's extraordinary ability to rewire and form new connections, doesn't end at 60, 70, or even 90. Your brain is always capable of growth, of renewal, of reclaiming lost function. And yet, Emma's passive acceptance of mental decline caused her hippocampus, the very center of her memory, to shrink by 2% each year. The day she got lost driving to her daughter's house, a route she had driven countless times over 15 years, was her breaking point. She couldn't even remember the address. Sitting alone in a parking lot, tears streaming down her face, Emma realized just how far she had fallen. The person she had once been, the vibrant, sharp woman, was slipping away. That moment sparked a powerful shift in her mindset, a decision to fight back with everything she had. It was time for a renaissance of the mind. She didn't just hope for change, she took action. Emma created a brain fitness routine to turn her cognitive health around. Every morning, she dedicated just 15 minutes to brain training apps like Lumosity and Elevate. In the afternoon, she embraced the joy of learning, picking up new skills like Spanish, playing the piano, and even taking up painting. Each evening, she reflected on her day through journaling, capturing the highs and lows of her journey. She didn't settle for easy, passive entertainment. Before bed, she read challenging books that pushed her mind beyond its comfort zone. She embraced the principle of never stop learning. And, oh, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. At first, her struggles with basic Spanish phrases left her feeling defeated. But she didn't stop. Month 1, she could order coffee in Spanish. Month 6, she was holding conversations with native speakers. By the end of year 1, Emma was reading Spanish novels, something she never thought possible just a year earlier. What truly amazed Emma, though, was the profound impact of physical exercise on her mental fitness. Walking every day increased her BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, by an astonishing 300%, literally growing new brain cells. But she didn't stop there. She took up dance classes, a movement that challenged her body, her memory, and her coordination. Social interaction mixed with physical movement became a triple-threat workout for her mind. Emma's smart brain approach became her guiding light, stimulated with new challenges daily. Move your body to grow your brain. Associate new knowledge with what you already know. Repeat and teach what you've learned. Track your progress to keep yourself motivated. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The results were nothing short of extraordinary. Her memory test scores jumped 40% within just 6 months. At 71, Emma learned to play the piano. She became her building's unofficial tech support, helping neighbors with technology, and she even started tutoring ESL students. She wrote her memoir, a project that once seemed impossible. Each page was a testament to her journey, each word a victory. Perhaps the most profound realization was this: challenging her brain had given her cognitive reserve, a powerful buffer against the decline she once believed was inevitable. When Emma went for a brain scan, her neurologist was stunned. "Your brain scans look 10 years younger." The biggest surprise of all? The belief in brain plasticity itself had made it real. When Emma stopped accepting decline, her brain stopped declining. She now says, "The moment you believe your brain is finished learning is the moment it starts dying." Emma's journey didn't just save her mind, it saved her life. Just 3 years ago, Emma Johnson was on track to become another grim statistic. Pre-diabetic, socially isolated, physically weak, mentally declining, and over-medicated. Her doctor had given her a stark prognosis. If you continue this path, you have maybe 5 to 7 years of declining quality of life. Today, Emma is unrecognizable, not just physically, but in every way. At 73, she is medication-free, except for one blood pressure pill. She can deadlift her body weight, and she speaks Spanish fluently. She leads a thriving community of seniors, mentors young teachers, and has rekindled deeper relationships than ever before. Her latest blood work left her doctor in awe. "You have the biomarkers of someone 20 years younger." But the real transformation goes deeper than numbers. Emma wakes up each day with purpose, joy, and excitement. She recently returned from hiking in Peru. She continues to mentor, teach, and travel the world. At 78, her birthday celebration is already planned. A salsa dancing party with her Spanish conversation group. Her new goal? To inspire 1,000 seniors to reclaim their lives before it's too late. Emma's message to everyone, especially older adults, is simple but powerful. Stop preparing to die. Start planning to live. Your body and brain are capable of doing amazing things at any age. Don't let fear be the thing that holds you back. Emma has shown us all that the best decade of your life may still be ahead. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that it's too late. Emma chose to defy that belief, and you can too. What an incredible journey Emma has taken, proving that it's never too late to transform your life. Her story is a powerful reminder that we can grow, learn, and thrive at any age, if we choose to challenge ourselves, embrace change, and believe in the potential of our mind and body. So, what have you learned from Emma's incredible transformation? Is it the importance of challenging your brain every day? Maybe it's the realization that physical exercise isn't just about the body, but about strengthening your mind too. Or perhaps it's the truth that our mindset plays a crucial role in how we age. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you're going to bring into your life today that you learned from Emma's story? Share it with us in the comments below. If you found Emma's story inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Remember, the only thing standing between you and your best decade is the belief that it's too late. Let's make the most of every moment together.